Welcome back.
Welcome.
Jack's just made a discovery.
I'm amazed. I am thrilled right now.
There's a window that we have in the spare room that we record in.
Very fitting.
For the first time ever, we've actually put up the blind on it and looked out it. And Jake's just realised for the first time ever that he has a lemon tree.
I have a lemon tree in my backyard.
And he's never realised.
My pancakes are about to get fucking lit.
We think it's a lemon tree.
They're
very weirdly perfectly round, but also really bumpy.
They are. It's
lemons.
like it's a lemon tree with an STI.
Yeah, it's a herpes lemon tree.
It's a herpes lemon tree.
But it's one of those ones where it looks like a lemon crossed with like a mandarin or some shit.
But if that's the case, I'm even more thrilled.
Those really weird spliced ones. Maybe it's a kumquat. Nah, they're kumquat. I think they're smaller.
That's my new
I think
bio.
I've eaten a kumquat. I've had one kumquat. I can't stop saying it.
Stop saying kumquat.
It's an addictive word. I think I've had one kumquat.
It is actually kind of.
I
don't even know what they are, to be honest.
They're like weird small oranges or mandarins, and you
green.
No, they're orange, but you eat the peel. Like you eat. It's like small.
Yeah.
It's like a big plum size. Not like one of the small, like a big plum.
Big plum.
And it's and they're completely orange, and they have a peel, and you just eat them all at once. It's like a small mandarin. But I've had one in my entire life, and I felt sick for the rest of the day.
Oh.
So
no go.
I don't, or not for me anyway. Maybe it was, because I was told like, oh yeah, you eat them with the peel because they're really sour without it, but then the peel sort of equals it out. I was like, oh yeah, and then I ate it, and I felt like shit for like the entire day.
They just tricked you into poisoning yourself. That's
probably
fucking great. That's what you want. But it actually is kind of like, I know it doesn't sound it, but it's like the fact that I've got a lemon tree in my backyard and I had no idea about it.
And it's not like it's a small tree with one lemon and we're like, whoa, discovery. It's like a fully blown tree with like 20 lemons hanging off it.
It's been growing for a while.
Yeah.
My nana must have planted it.
It's definitely...
Or something like that.
How long have you been living in this house?
My whole life.
Okay.
Like 17 years.
Surely it's been there.
No, it hasn't.
How often do you play outside though?
Play outside.
How often do you have some outside time?
What?
How often do you get some sun?
Who?
You. Who are you talking about?
What?
Not me.
Speaking of going out, Aaron. This is what I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
For the first time in the history of me.
Oh, ever.
Wow. I am going. Well, I've been clubbing before. But does it count if it's a gay club? No.
I think it does.
So
I would argue that
it's a different experience. I am going to just a club. Is Hawker a club or is it a pub?
It's normally like a pub restaurant, but after like 9, it turns into a club.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say it's a club. I'm going like just clubbing.
I would argue that going to gay clubs is more of an experience than going to any other.
Absolutely.
No, but like you're saying, like for the first time ever, I'm going to like a normal club because I don't think gay clubs count. I think it's more it's a different experience. The usual conversation is someone being like, for the first time ever, I'm going to a gay club. Like
it's okay.
I think you've already kicked some goals before, like than most people haven't.
Yes,
I would argue that a gay club is more of a club than Hawker.
I would agree, even though I haven't experienced just a Hawker kind of club. I haven't experienced that, but I would agree in saying that gay clubs are definitely 100% a little bit more of an experience.
Well, personally, I have never been to a gay club.
That's fine.
I really want to go to Puff Duff.
Come, I'll go. Clearly, I'll go.
not for any other reason that
it's just
besides
like an
it's called Puff Duff. How can you not want to go to a club called Puff Duff?
That's true.
It's like
there should be like Puff Duff.
They should have like a beginner's night so I can experience.
Exactly. No, definitely. If anyone actually wants to go to gay clubbing, hit me up because I've literally got like no one to go with except for a few people.
To be honest. I feel like
I know there's a couple people who have asked him like, "Let's go gay clubbing." I'm like, are you just saying that because like you want to make me feel better, or are you saying that because you actually want to go?
Well, obviously, I'm not getting anything out of the gay club experience.
Of course.
But like, I feel like you get those people. They're like, "Oh, I don't want to go to a gay club. I don't want a bunch of guys hitting on me."
Oh, trust me, they won't.
And I'm like, up yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like going to a gay club would be the same as me going to a normal club. I just spend the night by myself.
So, that's not true. First of all, that's not true. Second of all, the hitting thing. So I'm guessing at hawker kind of clubs, it's like bit of flirting, bit of hitting on.
Or
kind of.
I don't know. Depending on what time it is, it might be just literally just like locking eyes.
Yeah.
And just start macking on in the middle of the dance floor.
Okay.
There's not a lot of... I don't think there's a lot of effort that gets put in.
Okay.
But...
Gay clubbing?
Yeah.
Even though I haven't been many times. But just from the experience...
Educate me.
I'll educate you. It's literally... It's like... It's nothing. It is literally like... You will... There will be someone. And then there will be someone else. They will turn around. Not even eye contact. Straight into it. Like, no...
Like making out or like fucking?
Oh. La Squina La Dos. that's not the quote from the taco ad.
that's you fooled me. That's
wait.
Okay. Okay.
No, but it's instant. So, but it's like, but you just know. So if you're straight and you want to go gay club and you're scared, don't worry, it won't happen.
Because they know.
Because they will know. Right. If you're not wearing like fucking spandex or like overalls
fishnet
with
tank top,
fishnet overalls with no top, you're probably not going to get any action. All right. If you dress conservative, you probably won't get action. And hey, that's just from one time, my experience. Okay?
Did you go with anyone?
I went with a couple of people.
Okay.
They were both partner.
Oh, okay.
So it was just me, but I wasn't wearing overalls
or fishnet tank top.
Or fishnet. But clearly, I could have worn my spandex from wrestling.
True.
I should probably do that. No,
do it.
I'm not doing that.
The only place that I could imagine you fitting in would be like you can't go to a normal club wearing spandex. They're not cool. They're not ready for that
tonight.
They're not ready for that. Oh, surely.
No.
They haven't gotten to that level. They're not ready for that experience.
Or something. I don't know.
Is it like if as a straight person going to a gay club, is it sort of like you walk in, they're like, "Fucking get out of here, you straighty. This is a gay club," and shit like that?
Here's another thing. A lot of gay people, have. They're like flamboyant, right?
Yeah.
They're a bit more out there, but I'm not because I don't know why. It's just the way I am. But
baby, I was born this way.
I will actually sing that song, so let's just not. We'll continue. No, I'm not. But there are some people who are like flamboyant, a little bit more feminine, everything like that. They actually want straight people. Well, that's just a thing.
Because they want to turn them.
Like their goal, like if you had a perfect person, their perfect person would be a straight man.
Because they want someone who's... I don't want to make like...
Just do it. Like...
No. I'm trying to...
You don't want to trigger anyone?
Yeah, like pretty much, I don't want to be like, what? Because I want like a manly man or some shit. But
yes.
Like, is that like...
No, that is because they want a manly man. They want a guy... Well, like this is not everyone, but a lot of people want a guy who's like masculine and big and like muscly
and usually straight men are more that.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Exactly. So straight guy goes into gay club. It's like fish in a barrel.
Bang.
Fish.
There's blood in the water. They can all smell it.
Sharks, Aaron. They're sharks.
They start
But no, I'm actually kind of terrified for tonight. Not terrified. Like I don't like clubbing.
Neither.
It's my friend's birthday, and I'm gonna go.
Well, because usually pretty tone. I've never been, but I just know like it closes at 12, and it's like free entry.
Like 1 free entry. That sounds good.
There's $1 pots.
What's that? I don't even know what that is.
$1 beers, mate.
Oh, I don't like that.
No, don't.
I don't like beers.
I'd get like beer. I don't know. You have to find
I'll spend some money tonight. Not a lot.
So that's why I don't like clubbing. It's like because when the house parties are a thing, you sort of you spend like $20 on some cheap grog.
Yeah.
And you go to someone's house and you're only surrounded by, or most of the time, only surrounded by your mates. Exactly. And you just get as whacked as possible.
Yep.
Off cheap grog. And then if there's a problem, you can either stay the night or you just get someone to pick you up because you got someone to drop you off anyway.
Yep.
Whereas clubbing, you got to spend money to get in there. Got to spend money like into the city or wherever the club is. Got to spend money to usually get into the club. Each drink costs bloody $9 or some shit, and it's pretty much watered. It's like cordial.
Yeah.
There's no alcohol in it. You're surrounded by a bunch of randoms, and they're all at different stages and all types of different people.
Is it like an age-limited hooker?
18.
Oh, is that actually? Surely not. No. Like maximum. Like, is it going to be 40-year-olds there?
Not usually.
Okay, good.
There's
no
maximum age limit now.
I don't want 40-year-olds.
No, but that doesn't happen.
That was another thing with the gay club. There were a lot of older people.
Yeah, but I feel that this type of clubbing. I remember after a friend, one of the very rare times I've been clubbing, we're in a kebab shop, and that's a story for another day.
Okay. By the way, guys, this is going to be a shorter podcast
because we've already recorded something, which I don't think we talked about in the last podcast. There's things in the works. There's still things in the works. When it comes out, then we can talk about it. We'll exactly. But still, watch this space. But yeah, we're in a kebab shop after clubbing, and we got talking to some random guy who he was coming home from like work. It was like 3:00, and he was like, "Yeah, I just finished work, and I'm just grabbing some food before I head home."
Yeah,
and we're like, "Fucking hell!" But he was saying he was like in his 30s.
Yeah,
and he was saying how he like the last time he went clubbing. He was at the bar, and some chick who was obviously like 18, 19 or something went up to the bar, and like he accidentally knocked her, and he was like, "Oh, so sorry, are you good?" And all she said was, "Get the fuck out of here, you elderly prick." And he's like, "And that's the end of clubbing for me." So like that's when he decided to
30.
Yeah, he's like,
"That's all right."
He was like, "Oh, I was just going out, but like just wanted to do something that night." But then again, when like I don't like clubbing now, I can't imagine being 30 and being like, "Let's hit it." Like,
unless like midlife crisis hits, I'm not going clubbing past. I reckon 24. I reckon 24 past that, because as I said, I've only been a couple times. Tonight is probably going to be one of the last times I go out, unless like I love it so much that I get addicted. Let's hope not.
I haven't, like, the last time I've been clubbing, it was fun, but because I don't have a job yet, and I don't have any money, and like I was saying, everything costs money when you go out.
Yeah.
And so like, the last 2 times I've been out clubbing, I've done it with literally no money in my wallet or account.
How?
Because
the alcohol off the floor.
I just quickly steal people's and stuff.
Yeah,
like
you could probably.
Well, like it's because it's good when people get drunk, they get really generous. So it's most of the time. Like the second last time I went, I only went to Prees, and I was drinking at Prees, but I was not planning to go out. And one of my mates was like, "Oh, are you going out?" I was like, "Nah, sorry, mate, I don't have enough money." He's like, "You're not. Why not?" I'm like, "I can't pay for it." He's like, "Fuck that. I'm paying for you. You're coming out." I was like, "You sure?" He's like, "Yeah, mate." And he just handed me like $20.
Oh.
So he paid for my entry.
Yeah.
But we went to a really shit club and we weren't there long, and then we went home early.
That's
so it was alright.
But
it was still a really good night. But then the last time I went clubbing, a friend's birthday, and I was like, I gotta go out, like best friend's birthday.
Yeah.
And he made a list at a club, so we're like, cool. So everyone who was with him got free entry in. Wait. So that's that done.
Yeah.
And then for his birthday, he also got a bunch of drink cards. So I was like, sweet. So he gave me like a couple of those.
Yeah.
So like I had drink cards and free entry, so I didn't have to pay for anything. But like that night, I decided I wasn't drinking anyway, because I don't know, when I drink, I feel sick. Like if I'm out, drinking makes me feel more anxious, and that makes me feel sick.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I went out and I pretty much didn't drink at all, and I still had a really good night. So like,
you're usually pretty like easygoing at parties.
At parties, I'm sweet.
Yeah.
Because I at a party, I'm like all good. Like I know everyone, and I know I'm. That's also another thing that freaks me out about clubbing is that if something goes wrong, especially when like my last two experiences, how I literally have no money on me at all.
Yeah.
If something goes wrong, I'm like in the middle of the city. I can't just like I'm not like a 15-minute drive home. I can't just crash at my mate's place.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in the middle. I'm on King Street. Like fuck that. So like that's why I love house parties because if something goes drastically wrong, most of the time you can just crash where you are.
Yeah.
Sleep where you're standing. Like
that's another thing I have to ask you. You are a professional. Well, not a professional, but like you know more than me with the Ubers.
Oh, I'm nowhere near a professional, but I know.
How does like so if you've got a few people who are going to different destinations,
yes.
How does that like tally up? How do you do that on the app?
You can set up drop-offs. When you set up the Uber, you if in terms of paying, you'll just have to deal with that between your friends.
Split it, obviously.
Yeah, be like, hey, like whoever's Uber account it is and is paying for it, they can be like, hey, can everyone just transfer me like $10 for the Uber and shit like that? That's pretty easy. But the way, because I've had to do this, because like I said, I have no money, so I always like skimp on other people's Uber rides.
Yeah.
What you do when you set up the Uber, you can put in drop-offs. So like you have like a fully start and a full end, like whoever's like a definite. And on the way there, you can put in other destinations, and he or she will just go to those destinations.
All right.
Yeah.
Anxiety gone.
Oh, yeah.
Tension levels low. That's what I was stressing. Like
how am I getting home?
That's biggest fear. That's why I kind of don't like going out. Just because I know that
I'll have to come home.
Exactly. I have to get home somehow.
Well, that's my thing, because I live in such weird joints.
Yeah.
Like nowhere near. I don't live anywhere near public transport.
No, you live out whoop whoop.
Yeah, and now that Kate's moved house. She lives way closer to me now.
Yeah.
So like after clubbing and stuff, I used to go back to hers because she lived really close to like train stations and stuff. So like even if I was getting an Uber, it was really close. Now she literally lives like next door to me.
So it's like no point.
No, like I have nowhere else to go.
Oh.
So like. Yeah, clubbing. Clubbing's never been for me. I've never enjoyed it.
No.
I
think I enjoy it, but I enjoy not going like every week. You know what I mean? I enjoy going maybe like once every 2 months.
I've been how many times? I've been like 4 times ever.
More than me.
Yeah. Well, there's literally only been like 2 times, or really about 2 times where. To be honest, in every single situation, something went wrong and kind of ruined it.
Yeah.
Like I'm guessing this will be our last story. How are we going for time?
We got about 10 minutes.
Okay, I'll smash this one out. First time, I don't know what it was. I think it might have been something I ate or drank, but I wasn't drunk. But I just started just feeling so crook and like throwing up.
Yeah.
So I was in the club and I had to keep going to the toilet to like throw up, and I ended up like. I was waiting for like a cubicle, or like cubicle.
Yeah, cubicle.
Yeah, like an actual toilet.
Yeah.
And I was waiting, and I was like, I'm gonna throw up. Like I was feeling so rank, and I couldn't hold it, so I had to throw up in one of the urinals. But all the boys in there were like, "Hey, you're good, mate. Don't worry about it." And like patting my back and shit. It was very funny. But like, so I literally had to call Kate and be like, "Can you pick me up?" So she drove all the way, like CBD city, and picked me up out front of the club. What a darling, honestly. Second time, it was Kate's birthday, and she ate something rank during the day, and we only got to the train station, and she had to call it a night because she had like food poisoning. And
so everything just goes wrong.
Pretty much, like she had food poisoning, and she had to go home, and that was a debacle because I was gonna stay, but everyone left, so it was just me and her. And then she was like, "No, you're not." Like, you still go out, have a good night. It's good. Like, you're fine. I'm like, no, I'm not. And I dumbly listened to her because then she was left alone in the city for like a bunch, waiting for her mum to get picked up. So that was bad. But you live and you learn. And I went out, and then I drank like again. I just sort of drank and felt gross, and just sort of, and it was so. It was
eat.
No, it's just when I drink, when I drink and go out, I feel sick. because I have like my anxiety sort of goes
Okay.
mental.
So you kind of just like don't like
I just don't like the situation. I just
being
don't.
out with like strange people you don't know.
It's not the people. It's just the getting home bit.
Okay.
Because like it's
like
the thing
me, but yours is probably heightened because you live out in the middle of nowhere.
yeah, and I don't have any money.
And-
Like it's not
okay.
even like I can't call like if plans change, I can't call an emergency Uber
Yeah.
because I have no money.
Mm.
Like that's my problem. So yeah, like I felt sick all night, and it was one of those. It was like one of those nights in summer. It was like 26,
Oh.
and the club didn't have any windows or air conditioning.
See, that would make me feel like shit.
I felt
I wouldn't be able to do
so
that.
gross.
Yeah.
It was
no.
bad. It was like at least 40 inside the club. It was
Yeah.
disgusting.
Oh.
So that was bad, but
Yeah.
ended up getting home and it was all sweet.
Mm.
Then what happened? Oh yeah, then it was another thing, and that was good. That was all right because sort of that was the one where my mate paid for it. He was like, "No, you're coming out." I went out, but the club was a bit shit, and then everyone left early and got tired early.
Mm.
So like we ended up getting home at like 2.
Oh,
So it was like
that's really early.
yeah, like super early night, and
Yeah.
so like it was good. It was an alright night, but like we went out and the club was shit, and then we went home early, and
Yeah.
I wasn't tired or anything. I was
Did you
still,
get there early? Like earlier?
Yeah, we got there at like 10.
Oh, see, that's
No, but we got
Okay.
there. We left before it started getting busy.
Yeah.
So we got there way before it like. We didn't really give it a chance. So we got there and the club was shit, but there was barely anyone there.
Yeah.
And everyone decided that the club was too shit and left before anyone really got there.
Yeah.
So it was like, just, a boring. We probably just went out, stood in a circle, and then went home. Like, it was a bit boring. But it was alright. It was because nothing really went wrong with me. And we were pretty close. We went to a different
winner.
club. So, I know. Good one. And then the last time, it was all good until the very end. I might have said this story already. I think I did. But maybe our first podcast, I talked about how I went out and I had to sprint through the city by myself to make the train, and I had to jump a fence and I didn't touch on, and then I was on the train and then ticket inspectors were coming and I was like shit, so I had to carriage hop and that's when we ended up in the kebab shop with a 30-year-old who got kicked out of the club.
All right.
Yeah, and that's when I got my $2 HSP. Because
What? Oh, you loopholed it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
$2 for extra meat. So I
You
just
can't share it. You can't fucking
I think
share
I already
it.
have. I think this was I think I talked about this on the first podcast.
I kind of lose track of whether we just say things face to face or whether we say things on the podcast.
Honestly, like before this podcast, I was like, did I bring up the fact that gold class is shit?
Or did I just say that to you? Like,
I know. I've told Jake that I think the idea of gold class is a waste of time.
yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the last podcast I ended up bringing it up because I was meaning to. I've been meaning to bring it up for like ages.
Yeah.
Like it's 3 podcasts past, and I was like, oh, I have to talk about this, and I never get around to it.
Yeah.
So literally, I've been thinking that I need to do it for so long that before this podcast, I was like, did I bring up the fact that gold class is shit? And he's like, yeah, definitely. I was like,
100%.
Finally.
Last podcast, mate.
I haven't listened to that one. I got to listen to that one.
Ah, that's alright. What episode is this? This is like
6.
6.
Yeah,
That's good.
we're going alright.
We're going alright.
But if you think about, you think, 6 episodes, that's not a lot. But if you think about how long we've done it, this is 6.
Mm.
That means this will be like we've done like 5 hours worth of recording because each podcast
That's some
is like
content
an hour.
right there. I feel like you know what I want to start doing?
What?
Videos, like just YouTube videos with you. Like just sit down, like in front of we'll plan something and just do a video from now and then, not like all the time.
Oh, okay. Because
Just
we're planning to film the podcast and add in like the best of
Yeah.
and like all our funny stories. You can actually watch what went on.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's more. There's a lot of things. We're brainstorming every day, and
Yeah,
we have
every
that new
day.
thing that should be out soonish in the next couple of weeks.
It's exciting. It is exciting.
What the fuck is that?
I think my cat's dying.
Should we?
Should we?
Let's end it there and save a cat.
25 minutes in and literally.
Yeah, we just heard a cat just go fucking
Should
nuts.
we fucking check? Can we wait?
Do you want to just
Open the door and check. I'm gonna
Okay.
keep the podcast going.
One sec.
So he's checking. Cat made funny sound. Probably dead. I have no idea. I love my cat. I call my cat Stussy because Stussy gets the pussy, of course. And I honestly have no idea whether the cat's okay or not, because that sound was nothing like it's ever made before. It might have just found out that we had a lemon tree. Is the cat okay?
Yeah, she just couldn't believe that you have a lemon tree.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Nah, the cat's
Oh
alright.
my gosh.
The cat's alright. I don't know what happened, but...
You and me both, Stussy. You and me both.
Is your cat named Stussy?
No, it's called Ollie, but I call it Stussy. Its name is pretty much
Stussy the pussy.
Yeah, because Stussy gets the pussy.
Nice. But now the dog's fucking barking. Anyway, I don't know what it is, but what something that is wrong.
And now my mum's barking.
Something that is wrong.
Yeah.
Is the amount of dog shit in your backyard. Someone's got to clean that.
You can tell that we never go out in the backyard. I didn't know we had a lemon tree.
That's probably why that lemon tree's growing so well.
Hang on. My mum's gone.
Yes, mother. I think Jake's mum's in shock that she has a lemon tree as well. She can't talk. She's lost for words.
Or she's in shock that I actually answered.
Well, yeah, true.
Either or. He's in shock.
Wow.
I am excited for tonight. I think there's a few people who are going who I've never been clubbing with.
Those group
with
school people.
With school people.
Yeah.
With my friends. I've been clubbing with friends.
But not
friends.
Friends.
No friends, but friends, but not friends.
Yeah. Well,
I feel like
you, for the listeners out there, I'm as lost as you are for that fucking code. But
friends.
But friends. Yeah, I don't know, everyone's like, oh, come Hawker. I'm like, I don't have any money. Like, oh, mate, it's free. It never is, though.
No.
Because, getting there and getting, when people don't understand that, when I say I don't have any money, there's people that go, oh, I don't have any money, but, they're saving up for something, so they don't want to spend it and stuff. When I say I don't have any money, there was a time when someone was like, oh, come out clubbing. I was like, I don't have any money. They're like, oh, come on, mate. It's only $15 entry. And I sent them a screenshot. I had 2 cents in my account and 15 cents in my wallet. When I say I don't have any money, I don't have any money.
But think about all the interest you're earning on that 2 cents.
On those 2 cents. Give me 3 years, mate. I could be close to 10. Actually,
not even.
Yeah, not even.
I don't even think that.
I think
qualifies.
I had one of those youth saver accounts, and I think in literally 18 years, I got 2 cents worth of interest.
Look at you go.
Yeah, I've cracked the code.
From the bottom, now I hear.
I've cracked the code. Call me an investment broker. I know what
when
I'm doing.
When you get to $2, free HSP.
Yes. I need a HSP. I need to go back to my uni just so I can get a HSP because they do the best ones there.
Yeah. I'm thinking about doing something, Aaron. I know this is out of the blue.
Oh.
It's kind of relative because I was thinking about doing uni next year, but there's something. I'm applying for a job.
Right.
Have you ever heard of -18?
No. I don't.
They're like a foundation that they host all these events for the LGBT plus community.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So they host it's -18 because you have to be 18 and under.
Yeah.
Which means I almost don't qualify. Birthday's in July the 9th. Woo! 19 years old. Anyway, the job is a workshop presenter.
Right.
Okay.
What's the workshop?
The workshop is going to schools or just any kind of group that.
I know, but what are you workshopping? What is?
Don't know.
Well,
teaching kids and stuff.
How to be gay.
And the community. No.
Is it a workshop on how to be a part of
opening their mind to
how to be gay,
possibilities, and
what the secret code is to get
community
into the LGBT
and
community.
Yeah. And I'm excited because the Journey Foundation that I opened up kind of paused. Journey Foundation?
No. Wait, what?
My Facebook page, and I have a website and everything like that. It's on pause at the moment, so nothing's been done.
Oh, you've started a foundation?
Yeah.
Really?
I paid for the business registration. I paid for the website and everything. For the Journey Foundation.
How have I not known this?
I invited everyone to the Facebook page.
How long ago?
Ages ago.
Okay. Well,
Late last year, early this year, kind of, is when I was doing
I don't remember it. I don't even remember what we talked about last podcast, and that was last week.
That's true.
I don't know. Shit.
If you haven't already, go and like that page. I'm still doing it. I'm just.
So what are you fundraising?
So it's a foundation. You know Reach?
Yes.
Reach?
Yes. Everyone knows Reach.
Everyone knows Reach. I'm trying to create something that is going to tweak that concept.
Make it a little bit more relatable.
Because a little bit more relatable instead of getting these cool, like
hip 30-year-olds to make kids cry.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to tweak that a bit.
If you ever did a Reach Foundation thing at high school, you probably know what we're talking about. Reach used to come out. We're not shitting on Reach because generally they do very good things.
Yes.
But every time they came to our school, everyone hated it. Mm-hmm. Because it ended up being that their goal was to try and just make people sad.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone, it was just every sort of little thing was directed towards getting people to like think of really shit that they're struggling with.
Yeah.
And then try and get them to talk about it in front of a massive group of people that they're not friends with.
Yeah.
And like, it's just sort of...
It didn't teach anyone anything other than the fact that, yes, we've got problems. That's it.
Yeah, it just got everyone angry at Reach for forcing people into like feeling sad.
Yeah.
It was just not. It was so different. One, they didn't let the girls and guys do it together because
terrible idea.
And which everyone hated because like if there's a message or a lesson that you need to be taught, it's usually something that is relative to both.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, this is dumb. So like. The girls' one was directed around like self-image and like loving yourself, and the guys' one was like about not hating. You think guys treat girls right and like not hating gays and don't go into peer pressure and like
it was very. This is the way I describe the guys' one. I don't really know directly what the girls' one felt like, but the guys' one was very masculine. Yeah. It was very like literally the start of it was a fucking arm wrestle. You remember that? Between James
that was one thing, but it ended up being that like all the Reach people wanted to see if they could beat James in an arm wrestle.
Yeah,
because they couldn't believe how strong he was.
That's what I'm talking about. It's like this is you have valuable time. You have been selected from our school.
Yeah.
Which is like if you are selected by a school to go and do a workshop and you're getting paid and everything like that, then you have time to actually change some things.
Yeah.
And you waste it on stupid masculine shit, doing fucking arm wrestles, and they did like a what was it? Like a shoey kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
like a sock thing.
I'm gonna talk about that.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Like it. Yeah, it was the girls' one was centered around like when you look in the mirror, you gotta love yourself and shit like that. Whereas the guy one was like, don't let the boys around you make you do dumb shit and stuff like that. It was just the most like, and yeah, it started off with. Or a part of it was I forget the order of all this bullshit that we had to do.
Yeah,
but we had to like stand facing one of our mates and stare in like lock eye contact for like 90 seconds without laughing, and then we had to keep taking a step forward until we were literally like touching noses, and we had to try and not laugh. And then at the end of it, they're like, every now and then a couple of people were like, laughing and shit, and like, oh, this is weird as fuck. And they were like, so, why do you reckon you couldn't hold a straight face? Why do you reckon you all laughed and felt uncomfortable? And we're all like, because, he's my mate, and we were sort of making each other laugh. Yeah. It was, a bit funny, we were making noise. He's like, oh, why else? And it literally got to the, 2-minute mark when someone ended up being like, because it might have felt a little bit gay. And then they end up, they were waiting for someone to say what they wanted to say.
Yeah.
So then they could go on about it, like, so why do you think it was a bit gay? Like, what's wrong with that? And literally everyone was like, we didn't really think that, but we're sort of playing into your hands right now. And then there was the other thing of peer pressure.
Yeah, that's it.
They had this perfect little plan to get all three of the biggest party animals up on stage.
My gosh. Who were they again? Bryce, I think was one of them.
Ryan Van Middlecoop, Jake Willis, and Dan West. Yeah. Which I haven't seen Bryce or Ryan in ages, but Jake and Dan, they're champions.
Yeah.
So, But yeah, they got them all up, and they were like, all right, each of you take off your shoe and one sock. So they all did that. They're like, all right, pass the sock to your left. And, they all did that. They're like, all right, open your can of Coke and put the sock over the can of Coke. And everyone did it. And they're like, all right, drink it. Who now would want to drink that? You say, if I gave you $20, would you want to drink it? Like, all this stuff. And then try and get them. The plan was for them to be like, nah, no chance, no, and not have anyone do it. And literally, classic us, literally everyone on there was like, I'll do it.
Yeah, right.
So then the four of them drank Coke through their friend's sock. And everyone was gagging and laughing and stuff. Yeah. And they're like, oh, so I didn't think you'd do that, but yeah, so it's funny how peer pressure can make you do stuff and all this.
It wasn't even like...
No, they weren't playing...
It wasn't a sense of peer pressure. It was just like, whatever.
Yeah, it's a laugh. But the thing was, apparently... Because they always say, whatever happens in this room stays in this room, which never does.
Oh my gosh. That is... Oh.
But, apparently, someone... This might be wrong, but someone who was, one of the students told their mum what happened. Oh, yeah, we did this for each thing. It was really funny. This happened. They made us do this. And she was so disgusted by it that she then called Dr. Parker and was like, bloody, you have these people coming in, making them drink stuff through socks and all this crap. And then Parker was so like, oh my God, that now Reach doesn't come back to the school anymore.
In all honesty, good, because it literally didn't fucking...
It didn't work.
It didn't help
it was
anyone.
one day where everyone was like, I feel bad about how I act. I got to be a better person, all this stuff. And then, literally, because we have recess and lunch, right before lunch, they're like, I'm so sorry about how I act. I got to be a better person. I'm not right. I got to treat people nicer. And then they go out for lunch, and they're literally the exact same person.
Nothing
same
changes.
arsehole that no one, that people don't like. Yeah. Nothing changes.
Nothing changes.
So, yeah, I feel like if you're making this journey foundation... Yeah. If you can, assuming that you've grown up having to do Reach workshops and...
I know what not to do.
Yeah, just try and, you sort of... If you can make it now, where you're still in that sort of... That's weird, because you kind of, you don't want to be someone telling... Because you know that thing, when a teacher puts one of the students in charge of the class and no one listens?
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, oh, you're bloody... I'm in class with you. Why do I have to listen to you? And shit like that. I feel like if you do it at this age now, there'll be an element of that because you'll be sort of helping people your age.
That's why I've put it on pause.
Yeah,
I'm waiting to finish obviously my psychology degree. I'm gonna study for a while. And I'm gonna get it going. Get a proper background.
Yeah.
And knowledge in it because I'm focusing on mental health.
Yeah,
that's the focus on it.
Yeah,
which is what I think.
But then
you should have been.
Yeah, my thing was you don't want to be too young to do it because everyone's gonna be like, why do you know better than I do? We're at the same age. But then you don't want to get too old because you'll forget what you needed to do.
Yeah.
To make it more more able for people to understand and relate to.
Yeah, I want to do it halfway in between, around 2 years into my degree.
That's a good idea.
Early 20s.
Well, I'll help out.
Yeah. I want that. Because I'm not doing it for anything. I just want to
something that you think should be done.
Well, that I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
That should be done because I know Reach is shit. Anyway.
Oh, Reach is cool. In our experience. Reach
they mean well.
Yeah, I'm sure there's definitely people who had experiences with Reach and Reach helped them a bunch.
Yeah.
But in our experience and the experience of my peers, the Reach did not land.
They're for a specific person.
Yeah.
I feel like they're not for. They shouldn't be because a lot of their stuff is mental health.
And homelessness and stuff.
And their
youth homelessness.
They should more target kids, youth that are, I guess, influenced by the wrong people.
True.
That should be their target. They shouldn't be targeting youth as a whole because that's what they do, and that's why they lose touch with us. But I'm sure...
I don't know. I just feel like they were just sort of Yeah, in my from my point of view, they just it's almost like they had a pep talk beforehand, and they're like, oh yeah, what we want to do, we want to get them to really think about some dark shit that they've been holding down and to let it out. So they spend the entire time trying to get people to bring up some stuff they don't want to talk about and make them talk about it. Like there was literally a time where like they had us sit down and they had to talk about they made us talk about like, you know, people in our past that maybe didn't like, you know, benefit us as blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And obviously that brought up some like shit for someone who felt quite emotional about it and they needed some time. Yeah. And which is fair, obviously. Like
I'll be honest as well. I did have a moment like that as well.
Yeah.
When we sat down.
But it
didn't help.
Yeah, like when they, you know, they tell us to do all this and talk about all this shit, like yeah, it's gonna make some people feel upset or emotional because they're thinking about stuff. But then, like, say this person, obviously, I won't be like, oh, this, you know, so and so. But like this, like person in our class felt emotional and felt, you know, like obviously that brought up something and talked about something and was getting back to them. It was a memory. And then they, you know, we all, because we're in little groups and they were in a group and they obviously were talking about it. And then we all came back as a whole. And then the person sat up and was like, well, you know, that was, it was helpful. I was thinking, I'll change name. Derek. There you go. I don't know a Derek.
Hello, Derek.
Like, oh yeah, I was thinking, Derek, if you could stand up and share what you shared with us and, you know, maybe tell the group of what, blah, blah. And he was like, no, I don't want to. Because we were in, like, groups of 5 when we were all doing it. And that, obviously, he was talking to a small group and then all that. But, like, instantly put him in the spotlight. He's still trying to get over what he's just talked about.
Yeah.
Like, get his stuff together. Put him in the spotlight and be like, how about you stand up and tell everyone, the entire male cohort of your year.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell everyone what made you so upset that you needed a minute.
So
like,
stupid.
fucking no. And all this stuff, like, I think in the girl one...
They actually have no idea.
Yeah, in the girl one, someone was really upset, and they were, like, trying to... Like, they're like,
push,
get up and talk. You want to get up and talk and stuff?
Yeah.
And to the point where, like, someone else was like, they're having a fucking moment. Can you give her some time? She doesn't want to fucking talk.
Like, stop.
Yeah. And, like,
I had a personal experience with this as well, because as I said, I had a moment like that. And I was talking about a specific thing, and the person who was taking our little group didn't help at all. Made the situation worse. At the time, when I was hearing what that person was saying, the guy who was taking our group was saying, I was like agreeing with him because he was agreeing with me. He didn't push me to think differently. Yeah. He just agreed with how you were feeling. How I was feeling. Looking back on it, what he should have done was, you know, push me to see the other side of it. And that would have helped me even more. But he had no idea. They have no idea. They just don't.
I think there was a thing like we went to the Reach like headquarters in the city or some shit and had a big thing with like other schools. And one of our friends, like, I swear it was like a situation they were talking about stuff and they're like, think about this, think about your past and stuff. And she like, she had a cold at the time. So she like sniffled and rubbed her eye. And a chick instantly went up to her and was like, hey, you okay? You know, I see you're upset. Maybe you want to get up and talk about something. Like, it just shows that they're actively trying to find people who are sad. Yeah. And get them to talk about people in front of everyone. Yeah. It's so fun. And the thing of, like, they literally got people who... They literally asked, like, who here considers yourself a bit of a bully, maybe a bit of an asshole in your school and stuff. And they made people from other schools who... Like, they literally got people like, hey... Everyone, point out the person that you think might be a bit of a bully, a bit of an asshole. And they got, like, everyone in their schools to, like, point out kids, be like, he's a fucking asshole. Yeah. And they had to stand up on stage and talk about what, you know, maybe what the people in their school were talking about. They literally got people who are like, yeah, so your school thinks you're a bully. Yeah. Let's get everyone to look at you and get you to tell them.
Not only from your school, but from all schools across
like
Victoria.
4 different schools. Big schools, so why are you a bully? Stupid. And like put a fucking like on stage with a mic and stuff. I was like, what are you doing? Yeah. And then whoever the whole school, like the whole room, determined was the biggest asshole, they had to stay up on stage and then do a trust fall from a ladder because that fucking says something. And apparently, I didn't know this, until like a couple of weeks after. Yeah. But like, because our school had done that Reach thing at Reach like
Mm.
2 years in a row. For the past 2 years, it was our school who had the biggest bully who had to do the trust fall. It was like
Yeah, of
Warren Dart
course.
2 years in a row.
Of course.
And I was like, fucking hell. It's just so bad.
Yeah.
Have we gone way over time?
Yeah, we have.
So
It's kind of like a normal podcast.
what time are we at?
45.
Okay.
But I think that's a good place to end it.
I think we can wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good talk. I like that.
Good chat.
Good shit.
Good shit.
Found out that I had a lemon tree.
Oh,
Talked
we made
about
some
how
hectic
my
discoveries.
foundation's going to be so much better than Reach.
So much better. There's gonna be. Hopefully, we don't get like a message. You're like, you fucking assholes. Reach helped me so much. Like, we're not saying that Reach isn't helpful. It's just in our experience, Reach was very unhelpful.
Very, very. Anyway, thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you for your continuous.
We
support.
usually we record on a Monday. Today it is Tuesday,
Just a bit busy.
which means that possibly this potty will come out maybe Friday or Saturday, but we'll see. I'll have to keep messaging Jake every night, and be like, "How's the podcast going?"
Well, I'm working tomorrow.
And you're going
I'm
out tonight. So it'll be out next week.
No, it'll be out. It'll be out on Friday night.
I don't know why we're saying this because
Anyway, I'm ending. We got to end this.
whenever
Alright.
it comes out, it doesn't matter.
Alright, I'm ending it.